Thank you, Vishal. Thank you for joining us. Now, congratulations on the launch of the game. Now, FAU-G crossed 4 million registrations on the first day of its launch on the Play Store. This is the biggest, highest ever number of pre-registrations ever in India. Can you tell us more about what players should expect from FAU-G when they first download the game?
See, FAU-G is possibly the first time when developers are attempting to create what I call original Indian stories, Indian IP. Which is why I do believe that the kind of response we have got is phenomenal. It is just the way it works. For example, if you look at Netflix or Amazon Prime, while it had all these foreign shows and all the narcos, but when it came to Indian movies and Indian shows, they dominate. So if you look at any platform, finally Indian content and Indian IP wins. Gaming is the only place where Indians were not given access to top quality Indian content. Most of the games were either Chinese or Korean or from other parts of the world, which is why I wanted to make sure that we give people what they like, what they relate to, and what they connect with. And I think any Indian from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, if we connect with one person with full dedication, is our soldiers, is our FAUGs. And the sacrifices and dedication and all the stuff they do for the country, I believe that especially the younger people are not really aware of it because they're all in the world of computer games or mobile games. So the idea is to give people not only an experience of a game with FAU-G, but to actually let them live a life of a soldier and experience what it is to be on the front lines.
Now, FAU-G is being compared to PUBG. Now, can you shed some light on that if there are any gameplay similarities at all? How is it different or better than PUBG? Also, PUBG is making a re-entry in India. Are you ready to take the competition head on?
When it comes to entertainment, there is foreign content and then there is content which is homegrown and Indian. For example, we have Spider-Man and we have Krish. So Spider-Man, everybody likes, but it is not a story. He's in New York. It's not a story we all relate to as much. Similarly, while PUBG is a great product, but the timeline, the storylines, the characters are not really somebody an average Indian can relate to. In fact, they are more Eastern characters if you see PUBG and the kind of stuff they have done. Secondly, I doubt if PUBG would ever depict Indian soldiers and especially Indian soldiers fighting with our enemies around in the borders, given PUBG's own allegiance to some of these people. So I think as far as FAU-G is concerned, we are trying to give Indians what we believe as Indians they want, which is a gaming experience where they can fight the enemies. Just like Call of Duty. Call of Duty, for example, talks about World War, America's war in Afghanistan, which is why the Western audience associate with Call of Duty, because it's a war they have lived or their parents or their grandparents have gone. But an Indian would not associate as much with World War II or Afghanistan. So I believe that with FAU-G, the clear differentiation is our theme, our storyline. Look at the dialogues, the way we have created. We use Hindi and Tamil. So really, it's going as local as we can. And finally, with FAU-G, we also wanted to give them meaning to their gameplay, which basically means that when they make any purchase in the game, 20% of our net proceeds get donated to Bharat Ki Veer Trust, which is created for the Jawans. And here is again a way of how gamers can positively contribute to the country.
Coming to the revenue that will go to the Bharat Ki Veer, which is 20%, then what is exactly the monetization strategy here? Will the game have ads or in-app purchases?
So games like like FAU-G, which are essentially action games, our bigger revenue stream comes from in-app purchases, not advertising. So there is a whole host of in-app purchase modules. You can buy skins and weapons and so on. And we'll be keeping on adding more and more things. Remember, PUBG was in development for 5 years. We are just less than 1 year into development. So the way games work is we iterate, we keep coming up with versions and it will get better. We also have another very interesting way of monetization, which is merchandising. So right now, there is a very interesting concept. We call it Easter egg in the game. So people can discover Ice Spice, where you can actually buy, I'm wearing one of these FAU-G t-shirts. So people can actually buy FAU-G t-shirt, FAU-G merchandise. And that also adds to our monetization. So we have actually thought beyond just gaming, but we are thinking of creating an entire world of FAU-G where we have merchandising and a whole host of things coming together.
Bollywood actor Akshay Kumar has promoted the game through his Twitter and Instagram accounts. How else is he involved in the game, the ideation process? Can players expect to see character skins based on Akshay Kumar in the game?
So Akshay is somebody who is very, very passionate when it comes to our soldiers. In my other company, Goki, we are quite closely associated with Akshay sir. So when I was thinking about nCore games, our idea was to do a game based on the soldiers of India. And the game conceptualization started sometime in 2019. But when the whole Galwan Valley incident happened, we started working on the Galwan level. And that's when Akshay sir actually gave us the title. So the title FAU-G is completely credited and attributed to Akshay Kumar. He's the one who thought about it. He's deeply involved in our creative process. He's looked at every game build. He has commented on every character, every weapon. In fact, the theme song, the anthem which was produced, was also something which was produced by Akshay sir himself. So I think for him, once again, he is really committed and really passionate about our soldiers. And his point was that our youngsters at one end are playing all these action games and on the other end do not know what our soldiers are actually doing at the border. So it was about telling the stories, which is why you will see we launched with a story mode where we are telling you the stories of our soldiers. And as the thing progresses, we will be looking at other modes, including a battle royale mode and a PvP mode. So all I can tell you is that Akshay Kumar has really been a big support as far as his creative superpower to help us take FAU-G where it is so far.
FAU-G takes inspiration from the Galwan Valley incident, but seems to have its own storyline focused on India-China skirmishes. Do you feel that in the current situation, this might further stoke anti-China sentiments?
I mean, our game cannot add or remove anything about anti-China sentiments, right? I think it's really about what is happening in the reality on the ground. We are just telling a story, and we are just having our youngsters who are largely playing the games know the story. As far as the ground reality is concerned, we all know what is the geopolitical situation currently. And all I can say is that we only hope that the situation improves and all these fights just be limited to mobile games and not in the real world.
Now, Vishal, let's go to Gagandeep, who's a gamer himself, and he has a question for you on FAU-G.
Hello everyone, this is me, nCore, and I am a live streamer. I stream a lot of games on YouTube and I'm a full-time streamer. So I have a question to Vishal regarding FAU-G, which is an upcoming game, that will FAU-G be targeting esports gamers or it's just a casual game? I have read a few articles on the internet, but it will be very good that, get that same information from you.
So absolutely, we will get into esports. But the way the games evolve is, you don't directly launch a game and start esports. You first launch a game, create a community, introduce PvP, introduce battle royale. And once you have a good enough community is when you branch out into esports. So esports is something which comes later. It cannot come earlier. It is just like any other game, right? For cricket tournaments to happen, you first need many people to play gully cricket matches and state matches before the game blows up. So similarly, we believe that FAU-G will eventually get to esports, but I would say we are at least 8 to 12 months away from there.
Now let's go across to Shagufta, who's a very avid PUBG streamer, and she has a question for you.
Will you require a high-end mobile device to run it, or will it also run on low-end devices?
So we are now pretty much supporting anywhere from Android 8 onwards. So Android 8 is pretty low end today. I mean, Android 8 Oreo was about 4 years old already. So I would say that we have gone to a very good limit to support the low-end devices. However, if there is a need to support even further lower, we will look into it. But for now, I do believe that Android 8 is a good cutoff. But at the same time, if you have a phone which has higher performance, from within our settings, you can actually move the performance mode and you can take it to the ultra performance mode where the game will have higher rendered resolution and graphics. So we have even given the control of quality back to the gamers within the game itself.
Thank you so much, Vishal, for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.